Alright, I'm gonna start this day 2 recap off by fighting this guy for the first time. I'm still rocking the exact same Bringer of Rain double Mark of the Doubting Knight combo that I was yesterday. Got a few other pieces, but for the most part I was just farming currency, which is what I do with this build at the beginning, so I farm some currency. I don't know how this is gonna go with his magic damage, but we'll find out. Deathless. And I killed him slow on purpose because I want him to take 100% more damage. Now his build is working pretty well. It's got a few weaknesses, the biggest one being damage over time. Damage over time is a bit brutal for this build, and I die to it quite often. And you see, I'm level 90 with 0 experience, and that's not because, you know, I just leveled up. That's because I just died up a bunch. So I got this ring pretty solid. I got this ring pretty solid. This one doesn't have life, so this is probably one of my next upgrades. This one's just okay, but it works well enough. Neither one of these were anything more than a C or 2. And I think I found both of these. And that's the setup. My biggest problem is life regeneration, so I just put a little bit of life regeneration on my amulet. It doesn't really work, or you can't really notice it. Let's go ahead and run a quick tier 16. Let's do a simple alleyway. Yeah, that's fine. The maximum energy shield kind of sucks because it takes a while for the bleed to kick in, but it'll work. I have found 5 divines so far. The first time I sent my boys out to do some maps for me, and they were successful, because the first time I sent them out they died, but I sent my boys out to do some maps. They returned with a divine on their first outing. These boys, they's getting beaches across the board. Free, on my charge, on my dime. They're all getting some, because that's hot. That is extremely hot. So I have 5 divines I farmed up. I'm not exactly sure what my next purchase is going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be boots, and then a Rafflossus coil. And after the Rafflossus coil, then I'll probably try to find a good Marlene's. And really focus on getting more crit, so I can use Marlene's. And then I'm going to try some Veranostrum, but I'm just going to wait a very long time before buying the Veranostrum. I'm going to wait for people to realize it's not that good, and for the price to go down. Because that is a very rare sword, but it's not a very good sword. No matter, when you get it, you're never going to be happy about the price that you're paying right now. It's not going to be an upgrade that's worthy of, 6 divine, 4 divine, whatever it's at now. Maybe 1 divine, since it's a tier 1 rarity. But that's probably the most I'll pay for it. And that bitch better have a good corruption on it. But as you can see, I can do T16 pretty well. Given the price of this budget, this is a fairly damn good T16 starter. I would say the only reason I can't say for sure it's that good of a starter is I haven't seen any of the other builds that are going out after the buff, and this could just be completely mid. It's just that the buff makes it feel better than it actually is. So that part I don't know. I mean, my little brother's clearing pretty damn well with his Spectral Throw Rage Vortex build. So maybe this is how everybody's performing. This is now what it's like. Day 2, super easy, just blasting through T16s. And I'll be getting rid of the bleed pops once I get a little bit more damage. Probably once my damage doubles from what it is now. Right now it's $800,000, about evenly split between Poison and Bleed. And once it's like 1.2, 1.4 million, I'll probably get rid of the bleed pops and then replace it with the more attack speed with daggers. Or if I have Air Nostrum, all of the bonuses. Alleyways. I got full block cap plus lucky block. I got about 100% spell suppression. It's a little less, but I got lucky spell suppress, and odds of a spell not being suppressed are pretty low. The thing I mostly die to is any kind of damage over time, and every now and then a big old fizzy hit gets through and doesn't get blocked. But for the most part, for the investment, it has been an absolute breeze, an absolute treat. This has been an extremely low investment build. It's also been a pretty low hassle build. It's kind of hassle-free. It just does its job, which is to get a lot of currency so I can buy more expensive pieces of gear and formulate this into something a little bit better. So for me, this is doing its job. I'll probably even be able to kill some of the Conqueror maps and the Guardians. Probably Shaper, probably Elder. I'm not going to get to any of the Ubers, and I'm not sure it'll work for T17. At least not as it is now. I think for T17, I am going to need to get a 6-link and, you know, modify it that way. The Bringer Rain probably isn't going to take me all the way to T17. Bringer Rain's good, but it's not that good. Though if there's a helmet mod that'll give Reave +1, maybe. But I can also get that mod on any other helmet. And the helmet I'm eyeing is going to be the Abyssus. The Abyssus. With that crit multi. Assuming that crit multi works for the damage over time. I'm not sure it does. I forgot how it's worded. Could be worded like... Since it's worded like melee hits do increased critical damage or whatever. But if it's just straight critical damage multiplier, yeah, it'll definitely work. But I just forget what the wording is. Yeah, be in my presence. Take more damage. See, they're still taking quite a bit to kill, but it's no big deal. I get it done. I get it done. Let's see. I guess I can go to my town and show some of my town. The only expensive item I bought... I still don't have a jewel for that, but the only expensive item I bought was this. Corrupted Blood, really a problem. This was 50C. But beyond that, I have just been saving. And right now, I am at 18 Chaos and 5 Divine. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And let's take a look at where I'm at in my King's March. This is rank 7 on the Blacksmith, rank 4 on the Disenchanting, 6 on the Boat, 2 on the Maps, 8 on the Mining, 8 on the Farming. So far, the thing I'm getting the most amount of fun out of is going to be the farming in conjunction with the shipping. The farming just keeps working automatically. You throw your farmers in there, you're just constantly producing resources, and then you just constantly ship those resources out. I am a huge fan of that. The mining is a bit weird because you have to like extract it and then you can smelt it, and then you have to get the extractions from inside maps. You bring them from inside maps into here, and that's a little wonky, so I'm not enjoying these two to the most. And I'm really enjoying the map devices, mostly because my boy brought me a Divine. First time I throw him out, he brings me a Divine. My Treasury Gold runs out pretty quickly, but I don't have a lot of people working right now. Anyways, that is day 2 recap. The build's working. I like it. I think I might try to get a better Bringer of Rain with the Corruption, because this one's only got 227 on the maximum life, and this goes all the way up to 300, and that'll be 70 more life, and I'm only at 4,000 life, so that'll bring me up a little over 4,100, which would be pretty great. So I'll probably do that here in a bit. That's all. Day 2 recap. Oh!